Hello and welcome back to Cud Buds with Gnarf 1.0, Caves of Cud.
That it is.
I always phrase that as a question. Like, is it actually 1.0?
Well, technically not.
No, technically not true.
This is filmed a few days before 1.0.
I haven't really expressed, honestly, like, I am, like, I feel very grateful to be able to do this. Like, this is a big deal, and I don't think I've really bigged that up enough. 1.0 Caves of Cud, like, y'all have been, like, working tirelessly to get to this point.
Yeah, time flies. I was like looking back through my email to see like when I joined the Caves of Cud repo when I first started contributing, and it was like 5 years ago for me. Brian and Jason have been working on it for many more years than that.
Do you mind if I ask like how you got involved with Caves of Cud?
It was kind of just random happenstance that Brian and I were both consultants at the time for an organization that was building a pretty cool project that never really ended up seeing the light of day. But Brian and I then at one point, like, I was talking about how I had been seeing a lot of people talk about Caves of Cud on my timeline. And then Brian mentioned that he was the developer of that game. And then I just kind of randomly started contributing a little. And eventually put a lot of effort in for like UI and quality of life stuff. Like I think my favorite feature I put in was auto collecting liquids like other than water.
Right. Is that like when you're interacting with
Mm-hmm.
a flask? Yeah. That's a
When you
really
can
nice one.
tell a flask to auto collect like whatever is stored in it, or a flamethrower to auto collect oil, you know?
Yeah, it is. That is a like honestly necessary quality of life at this point. Especially anything that wants like blood or some kind of
Yeah.
like random liquid to function.
It's hard to believe that 5 years ago that didn't exist. In 3268, before Reshef, Udok II won a decisive victory against the combined forces of Market Quarter Kampiripa at the bloody Battle of Shurnip, though he lost his prize, desiccated the gift of robots. During the course of the conflict, as a result of the battle, Shurnip was so evaporated of all moisture that it was renamed Desiccated Decay. That's a
I
pretty like band name or metal album cover.
Desiccated Decay
Yeah,
by King Gizzard.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's not very metal though, is it, King Gizzard?
I
Isn't that more
mean,
psych?
they run a range. They
Alright.
would they would do a metal album and I wouldn't bat an eye. They've done rap, they've done pop. They did a funk album which I love actually a lot. Okay, so we fully explored this zone. Well, that's really funny. I don't think I've ever asked that. So you were like talking about Caves of Cud to Brian, and he's like, "Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I actually work on that game." This is
yeah, because I think I followed Kalen or something on Twitter, being another Boston area developer type.
So Caitlin was on before you were on.
Yeah,
I when I did my cutting with devs with Caitlin, she was talking about how like she's surprised that like I don't know people consider like the current Caves of Cud, and this was a few years ago, the current Caves of Cud to also include her stuff like canonically. And I mentioned that like the only version of Cud I've ever played included her stuff. So it's funny to think of like the chronology of like when people joined and like things
yeah.
like collecting liquids. I would have never considered Cud without that. That sounds like a nightmare actually.
It is. It still brings up like I'm still having to support that chunk of code, and Brian has done a bunch for it too.
Like you can play the version of Cud without collect liquids. I've never played. I guess I don't know if I should ever do a playthrough of Cud in ASCII mode. I know it's still supported.
Yeah.
We have a slug snout. We've been gifted the vision. Whoa, that caver corpse that feels a little new. I know I keep saying this, but the caver corpse being illuminated like that because it's
Yeah.
got the glow sphere.
Well, it's always been that it glows, but it used to just be a white blotch of bones. It's now a heroic bones.
Ah, how can it be heroic
It's
though? I
also
never found
it's
out.
also different.
At midnight under a weird. Oh,
I joked that in your Coda village, at the end of the game, there should be just some Jasper. I don't know if it happened. That's the fun thing about, like, I haven't really been touching much for 1.0. Like, most of my stuff has been, like, tangential lately. Like, working on just fixing bugs, mainly. Places where there are null pointer exceptions. Any programmers out there, give me a shout out in the comment for that. But basically just tracking down, like, from the automated errors and also bug reports, and like trying to fix things up. We'll never be done with that.
No, not even until like far past 1.0.
Oh no, no, I would imagine that, cut is always going to have weird bugs. The nature of the system, I think they're basically impossible to not have strange, weird interactions.
At first light under a strange, this is Polyexis the first. Under a strange and magenta sky, the people of Dugakesh Hollow saw an image on the horizon that looked like a mirror bathed in magenta. A lot of purple going on with this, with these people. It was Polyexis, and after she came and left Dugakesh Hollow, the people built a monument to her and thenceforth called her Mirror in Magenta. That's a really good one. I really like Mirror in Magenta. Damn, centipede. Oh, I want to pick up that dagger. It's a good one. I don't know if the painted ones are worth slightly more, but
Get that pickaxe.
yeah. And I guess I will wear the helmet.
I mean, I guess.
I mean,
It's a leather cap that can rust.
oh, this is a good point. I don't like the sitch. I do not like the sitch. I'm gonna hobble one of these lads. And then I'm gonna back up.
Well, you say back up, but you did so into unexplored territory.
Well,
That is advancing. That is not backing up.
fair. It's only partially unexplored. Only a little bit as a treat, This is also unexplored. I thought that for some reason that's where I came from.
You came from the south.
All right, let's end one of these null worms. I'm okay with this situation.
Yeah, so you're level 10 now. Like, you can kind of take a little bit of a beating before things get too scary, but...
It was just really a crab with the null worm that I
Yeah,
didn't
crab
like.
and nullworm at the same time is a little scary. I wouldn't have walked them through an entirely unexplored section of waterlogged tunnel, though.
Well, I mean, we gotta check it out, together.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. No, you've already got 14 sap.
I'm drinking it.
All right, sugary.
You've already got. I plan on curing 15 diseases. Okay.
I'm just letting you know. You don't need to waste a water skin and sap.
No, I gotcha. When I've cured that 14th disease, I'll be really glad I have that. Oh, okay. We're not. I know there's a pig. They're gonna come down. Yo, get out of here, Dreadtuber. I don't know what happened to the slug snout.
You probably got killed by everything else.
I sure hope so. But there's probably another one.
There is probably another one. You've learned my lesson.
Yeah. 1D2. I don't like this zone. This zone sucks. I'm amazed we have not come across our Gershling yet. Aw, jeez. Aw, jeez. Ooh. That was a really good hit. Good lord. Alright. I don't want to fight a Quillipede at like half my health, but I think we're gonna have to.
I mean, I think it's fine. I think you take the one quills and then you kill it, right?
Yeah. I guess once it's quilled, it's kind of weaponless. And then also armorless. What is this? Oh.
Sappy.
Well, there's a couple of nice things here, actually. Tempted on that nullworm skull.
Yeah, I mean, Nowhere Skull is technically a sale price bonus.
Plus one ego, also. Yeah, that's true.
It's better than a miner's helmet.
A miner's helmet gets no love.
Nah,
It should be broken. It should be like the most broken thing.
a broken miner's helmet.
No, that's not. Like, you'd think that a headpiece that shed light would be amazing.
Oh, it's not very bright.
No, that's the problem.
Also, I do kind of question your whole run around the giant open area while the vine shoots at you approach to this screen.
You can't argue with results, all right? I really just don't like running straight towards the thing shooting at me.
I mean, that's if you're not shooting back, that's the most certain to like get you to the safest, fastest.
But if I'm further
Usually.
away, do they have a worse chance of hitting me?
Yes, but you have charge, so you can cover the last three.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
Now, yeah, I would have done it from the same side of the river initially, but yeah. But yeah, with charge, it really does change the dynamic a little bit there, I think.
Dagger. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dagger. I guess I like to explain these things even if they've already been explained like 50 times, but daggers are really high value for their weight.
Alright.
It all adds up quite
It
quickly.
does. They're not as good as a copper nugget.
Oh no, of course not. But like, I would hope that trade goods are worth more than a dagger. But daggers are just like far more copious.
I mean, at some point, better than a copper nugget is the point, right? Like, but we're not there yet. I'm surprised you haven't been picking up more random shit and just running to town more often. That's kind of how I play it.
I don't know. At a certain point, like I like, it starts to feel like a Oblivion playthrough or Morrowind, where you're just like picking up absolutely everything, and you get bogged down very quickly.
Yeah, but then you run back to town and check to see if the vendor respawned.
This is true. You want to do this one?
Acting against the persecution of water barons, Polishes led an army to the gates of Urcher. She rescued its citizens and declared her the Sultan of Cud, dowering her with the Kessel face.
Whoa!
In her honor, they changed the name of Urcher to Polyses City.
I don't feel like I don't think I've ever seen mention of the Kessel face in like Sultan lore.
I think it's been possible, but it might be new also. Jason was playing with History Generation quite a bit.
I wonder if knowing that we can determine like which Sultan.
Oh, she's
was
the
buried.
first Sultan. I mean, you already know that based on the times, but also like if you look in your journal, I believe the statues are in order of tier.
Oh, meaning like the first statue is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
They're either ascending or descending order. I don't remember which, but they're in order. Let's actually go look at it real quick. The Sultan's page in the journal.
They've all got similar hair. Polyexus the first, the second, Udok the first, the second, Methrirad, and then finally Reshef. So Reshef is always last.
Yeah. He's always the most recent Sultan. One of the books references it. I don't remember which, and I don't know the answer off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But it's been like an era since Reshef has left Cud. That's a fun. I would just say nope.
Wow.
It was a very cursed screen. If anything, I would go in across the pool of water. Or actually, just hang out in that square for a second. And let that fight happen over there,
Yeah,
and then
I've
go
already
back,
seen it just
beat through the wall.
Yeah.
Over here. You can see the other edge of the wall, so this is a good wall to beat through. You have a pickaxe.
Oh.
I've been thinking about asking Jason if we want to make the pickaxe and dig usable from the inventory, or if like requiring it to be equipped and doing the equip swapping is like what we actually want, but I never bothered. I haven't asked yet. But I could probably make it just usable from the inventory. Yeah, like while digging, it was like it equipped the pickaxe when you swung at a wall. It's a little worse dealing with an inventory, but we do it.
Oh, we have a freezing dagger. Oh, but it's bronze. Never mind.
I know how to do it now. That's,
Yeah.
We were using a named dagger.
Yeah, I've got it equipped. Niramir.
Yeah, Niramir.
Niramir. Like Mew Mew.
You hid the sidebar at some point. What does the corpse to your south have on it? Oh, nice. Like an elder snapjaw guy.
This is nice. This is scary. And he's got poison tip spear. Like these guys, as I feel
Just
like
chill there.
They're the low tier goat folk of the world.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should be able to charge that.
Yeah. Is he running? Do they have that?
Yeah, they
behavior?
have the run and gun.
Oh.
I think baboons have that too.
Slynth find their ground or their path.
The test of the wintry trek alone in his ornamental kettle sag in their currents, and you're dragged through calcified village, gaseous fire, and vaults of diamondized zetachrome, and piped in a stasis field.
That honestly was pretty coherent.
Yeah, that was actually almost coherent.
It conveyed
Didn't
an
really go
urgency.
anywhere, but
Kind of want to use this. Hold on. Let's try using a poison tip spear. Maybe not in this context.
charge.
Yeah. Oh, this was a mistake. I'm gonna juke.
Yeah, juke him. Yeah.
I don't have any witchwood bark. Oh, I do have some witchwood bark left. All right. I'm gonna take one more swing and see what happens. All right. I'm gonna take one more swing and see what happens. All right. I'm gonna take some witchwood bark. Oh, okay. One of them bled to death. This is very good. Not a huge. Okay. We'll kill this snapjaw to our right, and then they don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't. Do mixed snapjaws still benefit from swarmer?
A lot of them aren't swarmers.
Oh, right. Okay, it's just the little ones that are swarmers. Gotcha. Okay. Painted cast net. How does that work? How I feel like embroidered would be.
Yeah, shells and stuff. I don't know.
Ooh, steel boots. Flax was moved from the bowel of Iris, stripped into fibers, and weaved into a soft grid by the fisher folk of the Pale Sea. This is Polyexis II. One auspicious day, Polyexis II contemplated the nature of things in solitude. From then on, she always kept some scrolls hidden on her person. Oh, absolutely. Heal and Choice Alters Creature 4th edition. This is a monster manual right here. That is how we get. That's how we can get oxygen. Okay, very good. Heck yeah. Bearded. Oh, so bearded bracelet. Beaded bracelet. Oof. Ugh. Okay.
Again, if you see one, there's probably another rule applies to turrets as well.
Gotcha.
They come in packs. If something spawned turrets, it has a high chance of spawning more.
And I mean, with turrets, it's extra. I feel like it's extra true. It's not 1d2. It's like 1d10.
Yeah.
There might be.
I think it's like
kind of-
it might be like 2 to 3 or 2 to 4.
I've walked in a screen and there's been like 20 of them.
Yeah, but that's like 3 sectors all spawning turrets, right?
Right. Can't cook with hostiles nearby. I mean, that makes sense.
The way a lot of the map generation works for any nerds out there, it kind of segments it up based on like travel cost into roughly equal sized chunks, and then spawns something into each of those chunks. So like if it picks a snapjaw party, they generally spawn in like the same group. So it can either do like a per sector spawn or like a global zone wide spawn. Like in the desert, there's a lot more zone wide rather than sector based. But that's why you'll see like you'll see like a little room with like an alchemist table and a chest, right? Because that's the population it picked for it. Pretty cool.
And then Gritgate is like just fill it with turrets. The ruins of Gritgate or
the rusted archway bottom floor is generally got a lot of turrets in it.
rectangle keys are arranged. Volume 9. How many volumes do we need? And find many eyes. And friends to fungi. Only need only shake their yeast-ridden appendages.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
Light radiates from the wine. Sit and I. That's the only legible excerpt. Everything else is illegible. Probably because of the light emanating wine they've been drinking.
Yeah.
All right, we've got to make choices now. Well, I'm definitely gonna drop this. Rotachun? I don't know what that is. This is resolved in the syncretic imagery of swift water nymphs. I like that. There's a lot of books here.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a lot of books.
Startling gives way to entangle their own rate of 186,000 miles per second. Answer me this, at least. Why apple farmers? She laughed. The beautiful tinkling crystal blade of ionic gas. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna start skipping some of these. Why toe?
Yeah.
How? Has this always been us? Which of us views the universe? I mean, that one's pretty good. I'm carrying too much. All right. I guess I'm gonna drop my poison tip spear. I really want to keep that.
What do you have for missile weapons? There's 12 pounds of missile weapons there.
Probably a pump shotgun. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we take disassembling. We've
It
got,
requires taking tinkering.
yeah, we take tinkering. We got 426 skill points. It's only 200 to get disassembling.
I suppose you could get tinkering from free if you just wait till after Gritgate, but it doesn't matter. You can spend the 100 XP.
Wouldn't that mean doing Golgotha?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that. Not a huge fan of the optimization of doing Golgotha before getting tinkering. That would be a nightmare. And we have 38 pounds of scrap. This feels a little bit easier. The fact that it stays where it was is kind of nice.
It's still annoying that it kicks you out of the menu, but honestly, having any other solution is a little rough.
Because
if anyone is curious why it kicks you out of the menu when you disassemble all, each disassemble is an action, right? So, like, if you disassemble 10 items, you took 10 actions, and something could, whoa, you need to get the fuck off that screen.
Yeah. No, I
you do not want to be dealing with hot steam. You're lucky you didn't just instant die there. You gotta get it away from water, whatever that was.
I think it was a legendary snapjaw.
See if you can pull its attention over by all these bookshelves.
Still don't have a Gershling. This sucks.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, there he is.
Let him come to you through the fire.
Hated by fungi, hated by flowers, disliked by cannibals. This is great.
Yeah.
Fire Snowler.
I wonder why they call him that.
There's a fairly epic quality of the fight that just occurred there. Fungi increased to 210. Heck yeah.
Also, sorry for the F-bomb there. I think I F-bombed.
No, you're good. It's gonna happen. We just reset days since last incident to back to 0. I know there's a Gershling on this screen.
Not necessarily, right?
There was a Gershling. I saw it. I guess it could have gotten incinerated, but like thought there was one.
We're not like this is still. You still gotta go one more screen north, I think, because this isn't. There's no fungus here. And remember when we came down, it was fungus ridden.
Right. Okay. So here's our fungus. Tuber, get out of here, bud. Oh, there we go. This has been one of the longest first quests ever.
I find that about average that you're level 10 by the time you're done with this.
All right. Done. All right,
now you need to... I think you just wander back through the,
Yeah.
Leave that fungus patch alone.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. All right, we're on our way. We're out and up. So far, we haven't died. I would like to keep this a trend. All right, we're gonna do some Elder Irodad. Live and drink. Come in. Come sit neath the cool shade. Cross a pillow there, and welcome to Joppa. You may drink of our fresh water too, and quench your thirst. Well, let's take care of this first. I'm back from Red Rock with the corpse of a pale spiderling. Elder, would you examine it? This? Oh. Warted leg? Foul smell of sour gum? Moon and sun. A Gershling? This is a Gershling. What is a Gershling? Creature of plague, friend. This one. This one covered in slick and muscled out the bilge hose of sleeping Agulgut in the cave under the cloaca. But here, Gershling this far west, there must be hundreds for one to reach. Apparently my voice is just dying. Give me a second. Gershling this far west, there must be hundreds for one to reach. Does the gyre widen again? The gyre? Plagues of our great grandsires many times over. Salt, darkness, Svardim frog, Gershling. Svardim frog, huh? Friend, do not like to sour the air with a harsh word, but this tiding bites my liver like acid. Must ask Nima for an elixir of yuckweed. I gave Elder Irodad indigestion. I gave him some acid. He's not well. I noticed the creature had its fangs removed. This is fairly new as I understand it.
Yeah.
A gyre white must be. They bind the teeth right up to their own gums to make a show for the Gersh Nephilim. Gersh Nephilim? Nephilim. Seventh plague. Gersh titans born on the moon stair, and quickened to life to eat our young. Sultan Reshef drove them back, a Chiliad ago. Well, there you go. That's how long it was, a Chiliad. Away to slumber. Do they rouse? Sorry to cause pain, Elder. No, friend. Your finding is rich in value to us. We are poor farmers, and sharpen our vine reapers is all we can do. but others perhaps more. Take these prickly boons as thanks. I will not soon forget this. Faliana Gerardius, leave me now to muse kindly. Nice. Got some prickly boons. We hit level 11th. We've completed many quests. We've become favored by the villagers of Joppa.
We probably want to buy a couple of wayfarings.
Maybe Salt Dunes. I suspect we will be making that trip pretty soon. Although, I've become less inclined to take Salt Dunes wilderness lore, since I tend to comb it pretty thoroughly anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all worth it just for the chance of finding something valuable as you're traveling. But I think jungle, hill, and mountain. I hate getting lost in the canyons, honestly. Like,
Same.
I think that's the worst.
Big
but,
same.
Yeah.
River
I
and
usually
Lakes
take-
is one I don't take now.
I usually just avoid going to river and lake for a very long time.
But also, this actually locks you out a little bit, or at least it makes it very difficult to do certain things.
I guess, yeah. It's easier to be able to get lost in the lake.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna call it there.
Yeah.
If you are enjoying this series, definitely hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. And do you have some closing thoughts?
No?
All right. No closing thoughts. We'll see y'all next time.